Welcome to episode 110 of Pink's Picks Book Racks, commentary from a retired high school English teacher. Today's titles are highly touted, recently released novels with eerily similar covers that pay homage to the beauty and brutality of nature. Charlotte McConaghy's Wild Dark Shore is an indie next list top pick, a book of the month selection, and earned 4.4 on Goodreads. Claire Leslie Hall's Broken Country is a Reese's and Barnes & Noble book club pick and rated 4.5 on Goodreads. Both page turners were published a mere month ago and have been on the New York Times bestsellers list ever since. Following the tragic death of his wife 8 years ago, Shore's Dominick Salt brought his children to the remote Shearwater Island, where they live in a once working lighthouse and are the caretakers of the once buzzing community of people, mostly researchers at the Shearwater Global Seed Vault. With sea levels rising in the compound washing away, the scientists have all left. The Salts, now the island's sole residents, are wrapping up loose ends and preparing to also depart when, during a raging storm, a woman inexplicably washes ashore. Despite the gravity of her wounds and hypothermia, the Salts can't call for emergency assistance because someone sabotaged their radios. After Rowan, that's her name, regains consciousness, she refuses to reveal the truth about why and how she's there, especially when she discovers that the Salts are harboring their own secrets. Though the storylines are different, Shore and Country, interestingly, share themes and motifs of that secrecy, as well as shame, second chances, survival, simmering passion, guilt, grief, regret, complicity, duplicity, violence, explosive consequences, and forgiveness. Beth and Frank's loving marriage and quiet life are threatened when, following a divorce, Gabriel, who as a teenager broke Beth's heart, returns from abroad and moves back into his family's country manor, which abuts the couple's modest farm. Making matters worse, Gabriel's son, Leo, evokes painful memories of the child that Beth and Frank tragically lost. McConaghy and Hall very effectively structure their stories to build suspense and provide backstory as the main narratives unfold. All of Country is told through Beth's first-person perspective. However, the book is divided into 5 parts, each focused on a different character. Each part gets shorter and shorter as the climax draws closer. Part 1, for example, has 21 chapters, while Part 5 has only 1 chapter. Adding to the momentum, the chapters rotate between 1968, 1955, and the murder trial, yes, someone gets killed, in 1969. Shore, meanwhile, shifts perspectives between Dominick, Rowan, and Dominick's 3 kids. What I love most about Shore and Country is their personification of nature as gorgeous and savage. McConaghy writes that fictional Shearwater Island is based closely on Macquarie Island, located halfway between Tasmania and Antarctica, home to over 4 million seals, penguins, and seabirds. One of my favorite scenes depicts the characters exhausting hours and dwindling resources saving a beached humpback whale and her calf. Yet, and there's a yet here, for hundreds of years, the lighthouse the Salts live in was a beacon to the men who built their lives upon the blood of the world's creatures. The refuse of those sealers and whalers remain to this day. With the disdain for the past and appreciation for the present, Dominick says that he'd never loved a place before they came here. Similarly, in country, Frank says that their Dorset farm is bigger than family and they have to preserve the land for the future. Beth says the farm is Frank's oxygen. Yet, and there's another yet here, at various junctures, a cow kicks one character in the head, a tree falls on another character, and a dog attacks the newborn lambs and, as a result, gets shot and killed. Hall's tree symbolism reminds me of Chekhov's. In Hall's case, the willow trees symbolize loss of innocence. The old oak means tragedy, and the huge, sweet chestnut marks boundaries. One of the major stylistic differences between shore and country is Hall's use of multiple cultural and literary references. The latter particularly reinforces characterization, as Gabriel is a writer and Beth has taken sole solace in books her entire life. Genre-wise, shore is more of a psychological thriller, whereas country leans more towards domestic fiction. Both depict the impossible choices we make to protect the people we love. I give these riveting odes to nature, both human and mother, A's. Woo, can't see me anymore. Before I go, a couple things that I would like to mention. If you're interested in seed banks, and I didn't know anything about seed banks until I read this book, so that was a bonus. So if you are, please read a recent article in the New York Times. You can simply Google it, about the danger ours in Iowa may be in if we don't continue to employ scientists. So there's another one in Greenland, so you might want to look that up. Again, I thought that was very, very interesting. So with that, take good care of yourself, be careful, make good choices, and do your homework.